Good Tuesday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm the host for South Carolina Weather, Just Peterson. Let's go ahead and talk about the weather for Tuesday. It's my second time recording this. The first time, it was just absolute trash. I could not post that. That was just way too bad of a recording for me to post that. And I just need to do better with that. But anyways, looking at South Carolina right now, South Carolina is doing pretty well right now. No precipitation is falling right now. If we go ahead and look at the East Coast in general, the East Coast is looking actually probably the driest it's ever been. I mean, no precipitation is falling at all, unless you count this little part right here of Maine right there potentially. But other than that, I mean, just nice conditions. I mean, just absolutely nice. Maybe some cold temperatures, but just nice. Looking at the up, kind of like the Midwest and the Great Lakes region, we do have some storms popping up down here inside of Missouri. That's already dropped like 1 inch hail storms. We talked about that this morning. Look at all these 1 inch hail reports, and then we do have some showers, maybe trying to get going on the lake here. And then looking at North Dakota, we do have some rain up there, and even some rain and some snow going through most of the Rockies and the West Coast as well. Some showers maybe down here near Texas as well. And that's it for the current conditions. Let's go ahead and talk about the cloud cover. Cloud cover right now is looking okay. I mean, we do have some cloud cover near Charleston, Augusta, Columbia, Greenville, Spartanburg. But if you're inside like places like Florence, Myrtle Beach, Rock Hill, you're doing pretty fine right now. And probably clear skies until this one little batch of clouds passes right here, which it probably will get over y'all for the night. But it should be gone by tomorrow morning. And here's our current temperatures: 52 in Greenville, 53 in Columbia, 55 in Charleston, 53 in Moncks Corner, 55 in Orangeburg, 53 in Sumter, 53 in Florence, 52 in Loris, 53 in Myrtle Beach, 55 in Savannah, 53 in Augusta, 53 in Anderson, 53 in Newberry, Greenwood, 52 Rock Hill, and Union. Here's our minimum temperatures for tonight. Minimum temperatures get around 41. Greenville, Spartanburg, 42 near the Anderson region, 45 near Columbia, Sumter, and Augusta, 44 Florence, 51 Myrtle Beach, 50 Charleston, 48. That is, I think, Savannah. Here is our max wind gusts for the next 24 hours. Let's see if they made a new update, which they did. We could potentially see some good 10 to 15 mile per hour wind gusts throughout most of South Carolina. So not really looking at anything too bad, but definitely just could watch out for maybe you may just like feel like one gust or two. Here's our current, or not current, but 24-hour precipitation for the next 24 hours. No precipitation is expected. And here we go talking about tonight. We do have a marginal risk of severe weather for Springfield, Missouri, Independence, Missouri, Columbia, Missouri, Blue Springs, Missouri, Joplin, Missouri, and Jefferson, Missouri, as well. Kansas City, the Missouri part of Kansas City is also kind of in there as well, kind of like the southeastern region. That does come with a 5% chance of damaging wind and a 5% chance of damaging hail. We just saw on radar that the hail is in fact confirmed and is going through, so hail for sure is going on. And then we do have a slight risk of severe weather for tomorrow for Kansas City, both Kansas City, Overland Park, Topeka, and Olathe, Kansas. And we do have a marginal risk for Oklahoma City, Omaha, Tulsa, Wichita, and Lincoln, Nebraska. It does come with a 2% chance of tornadoes for Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Norman, Broken Arrow, and Edmond, Oklahoma, and a 5% chance for that slight risk of severe weather. Same thing with wind, but that wind kind of covers a more, kind of like a bigger area, and hail covers the biggest area with even a 10% hatch risk, a 15% hatch risk, I should say, for significant hail. This doesn't mean that not only will the people inside this hatch risk have a 15% chance of seeing damaging hail, but there's also a 10% risk that they could also see some damaging hail around 2 inches in diameter, so like tennis ball size, maybe even some baseball sized hail out there. So if you know anybody out here inside of these regions, inside of the green region right here, the yellow region, please let them know that they are under the gun for some severe weather tomorrow. And day 3, Thursday, that's the day that we're watching the most because not only do we have a slight risk and a marginal risk, but look at this. We have dual hatch risk of severe storms. This does include places like Dallas, Fort Worth, Arlington, Plano, Garland, Des Moines, Peoria, and Hannibal, Missouri, as well. And then we do the 15% risk also does include Chicago, Indianapolis, Austin, Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, and Oklahoma City. Again, Greenville, Mississippi, and Jackson, Mississippi is in there. Jackson, Tennessee is in there. Evansville, Kentucky, Indianapolis is in there. Tulsa is in there. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Norman, Oklahoma. Fort Sill, Wichita Falls, and trying to see in Alexandria. Louisiana is also inside the marginal risk, as well as Lufkin and Shreveport, which is inside of the hatch risk as well. So we're really watching for Thursday. Thursday's the big day, but I do want to say just a little bit thing on day 4 because I went super in depth with my last forecast, but I didn't, as you know, I didn't post it because it was terrible. But I did talk about, I went over like all the models and stuff like that, and I talked about that there is the potential that the SBC did say that a marginal risk could be added somewhere inside Dixie Alley, inside the southeast. They're not sure exactly where yet, but we could potentially be under a slight risk of, or sorry, a marginal risk of severe weather for mainly day 4 Friday. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. The models right now, they're showing that the ingredients are there, but they're not really showing that the storms are trying to pop up. Very interesting to see what's going on. So if they do issue a marginal risk, honestly, don't really expect too much, but we're just waiting and we're just gonna see what happens tomorrow because tomorrow is the day that marginal risk could actually be issued. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Um, and here's our excessive rainfall outlook for tonight. Obviously, we have nothing for tonight. If we go into tomorrow, we do have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall for Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri. And then we also do have a marginal risk and surrounding a slight risk for Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana as well, also including the Boot Hill in Missouri and Western Tennessee. This also does stretch all the way up to Chicago as well. Indianapolis is just out of it. Texas, near Dallas. So from Dallas all the way up to Chicago, chance of flash flooding. Obviously, we have nothing for snow. And let's go ahead and talk about the future, shall we? So the future right now, if we push this forward, there goes that storm system right there. As it's pushing forward, and that thing's out of here by March 16th. And then we have this kind of like a clipper system that's going to come through and try and just clip the southeast, mainly like the coast. And then that's going to get out of our hair. We're going to be dominated by a high pressure for a little bit, and then potential for those showers to start back up on the 21st going into the 22nd. And then we do have some more showers and some more thunderstorms that might go through the region on the 25th. But this is 300 hours out, so again, we have no idea if this is going to happen or not. Then we do have this little low pressure right here. And that's going to be about it. So that's going to be about it. Thank y'all so much for watching this short evening video. I still am a little bit upset that forecast had to be taken down, or not taken down, but just not posted in general. I mean, it was just way too bad. Way too bad. It was just too bad to just post. I just couldn't. I feel like that was not my best at all. And this one was definitely better than the last one for sure. But, and I also really went way more in depth as well inside of that forecast as well. I mean, I pulled up the CSU, the CIPS, the models. I even talked about the potential severe risk. And, yeah, that was around, I started recording that about like an hour ago, and it's an hour later, and I'm still recording, I'm still talking, so I'm gonna get off, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow morning. Wednesday morning, we'll be halfway done with the week, and yeah, so I will see y'all tomorrow.